Hey everyone, ready to dive into something incredible?
I'm ready. What are we looking at today?
Japanese maples.
Oh, beautiful. A classic.
Yeah, they just scream like serenity now, right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
everyone wants that in their backyard.
Absolutely.
So we're going to help you guys figure out how to become your neighborhood Japanese maple guru.
Ooh, I like that. Love it.
So this deep dive is going to be all about planting, caring, just like the whole 9 yards.
hmm
And we're going to get all this straight from this awesome guide that we have for Japanese maples. Have you ever looked into these?
They're more interesting than you might think. I mean, they're not just some trendy plant. They go way back.
Love that you say that.
They have such a rich history, just
Okay.
like as deep and layered as their colors, in the fall.
And that's what I love about this guide, is it gets into all of that.
It does.
It
Yeah.
doesn't just tell you how to plant it.
Right.
It actually gives you the background.
Yeah, the why.
Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Edo period in Japan.
Okay.
They already had over 250 cultivated varieties
Neat.
of Japanese maples.
Seriously.
Yeah, centuries ago.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
So we're talking hundreds of years ago. They
Mhm.
already had this down pat.
That says a lot. I mean, to cultivate that many, that takes serious dedication.
Oh, absolutely.
And back then, it's different, right? It speaks volumes about their relationship with nature.
Absolutely.
This isn't some quick trend. It's like this deep appreciation for this subtle beauty and then the patience to actually nurture it over generations.
It's an art.
It really is. It's an art form.
It's like slow gardening to the max.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's say I'm ready to bring that artistry to my yard.
Okay, let's do it.
I want a little piece of that Edo period.
Mm-hmm.
This guide really emphasizes finding the perfect spot.
Mm.
It's like playing detective almost.
And it's crucial. It's so important because it's like anything, right? Everything kind of has its happy place.
Oh, 100%.
A spot where it just feels at home. And these Japanese maples, they evolved in these regions with very specific conditions.
Right.
So the closer we can get to that in our gardens, the better they're going to do.
Okay, so no more just sticking it out in a sunny patch and hoping for the best.
No, 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 no.
Okay, good to know. The guide mentions shelter is really important.
Yes.
Why is that?
They can be a little bit sensitive, especially to harsh elements. So we're talking strong winds is a big one.
Okay.
Think about where they are naturally. They're nestled among these larger trees, so they're kind of protected a little bit.
You like a little protection.
Yes, exactly. So we want to kind of recreate that.
So I'm picturing a cozy nook in the yard.
Yes,
With maybe a wall, some evergreens.
absolutely. A windbreak, that kind of thing.
Okay. And then what about sunlight? Because it says they can tolerate some shade, but to get those really vibrant colors, you need some sunshine.
Yes, you hit it right on the head. It's the light. It's how it interacts with the pigments in the leaves.
Okay.
Think of it like an artist's palette.
Hmm.
The more vibrant and direct that light is, the more intense those reds and oranges are going to be.
I love that analogy, the artist palette. Okay, so we've got this nice, cozy spot picked out.
Okay.
What about planting? And I have to ask this because every garden guide I have ever read mentions peat moss.
Of course. Yes, peat moss.
And I've never understood why it's so essential.
It's all about those roots, keeping them happy.
Okay.
Think of it like, you give your Japanese maple this nice tall glass of iced tea on a hot day,
Ooh, I like that.
right? That's what peat moss is doing for the roots. It helps with the drainage so they're not sitting in water,
Okay.
but it also holds on to just the right amount of moisture.
So it's like that perfect balance.
Yes, nice, cool, and comfy.
Okay. And speaking of keeping them happy, what about fertilizer?
It does recommend using it, this guide, but it's got to be balanced.
Okay.
You don't want to overdo it.
Right, right.
It's all about a gentle approach, especially when that maple is first, getting used to its new home.
Yeah, we're nurturing it. We're not drowning it in plant food.
Exactly.
So we've got the soil, we've got where it's going to go, we've got the fertilizer.
Oh, okay.
What about care once it's in? Are these high maintenance?
That's the thing. They're not.
Okay, good.
Once they're established, they're actually very low maintenance, so your friend is in luck.
Asking for a friend who may or may not overwater things.
I get it. No, these are not like those demanding houseplants
Okay.
that need all the attention.
Good. But this guide does mention a specific time to feed,
Yes.
early spring.
It's like a big welcome back after the winter, right?
Exactly.
Give them that little nutrient boost,
Yeah.
just as things are starting to kind of wake up and, come alive again.
Like a little boost. And speaking of putting on a show, what about pruning?
Yes.
Because I will admit that intimidates me a little bit.
Okay.
When you have to start pruning things.
I hear you.
And this guide mentioned like a major trim in the spring before the new growth.
Right.
What does that even look like?
Well, we're not taking a chainsaw to this thing.
Okay, good.
If that's what you're picturing.
Okay, less chainsaw massacre, more like
Yes, exactly.
gentle shaping.
Gentle shaping, working with the tree,
Okay.
Not trying to impose some, form on it that it doesn't want to do.
Right.
And spring is the time to do it because that's when you can really, guide the growth, make it nice and full, nice and bushy, even more spectacular.
So enhance what it's already got going on.
There you go.
And then it also mentioned like you can do little touch-ups later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
If you need to.
Like a midsummer trim.
There you go. Just keep it tidy.
Okay. I'm feeling a little bit better about my pruning shears now.
I love it.
Are you ready for the part that when I read this guide, it like blew my mind?
Hit me. What is it?
The variety of Japanese maples.
Oh, I know, right?
There's so many.
So many. And each one is so unique and charming in its own way.
I had no idea. Leaf shape, color, size.
And this guide does a nice job of breaking it down, like by leaf characteristics,
Yes.
which I think is really helpful because otherwise it's a lot.
It's overwhelming.
Yes.
It's like this whole other world just opened up.
It does.
Like the palmate types, where it's like the leaf, they describe it as looking like a hand.
Yes, it does. Yes.
So
It's reaching out, fingers spread wide. And then from there, you have so many different colors, textures.
Okay.
Some are known for their, lacy foliage. Others have, those deep, almost purple red leaves.
That's what I thought was so cool about it.
It's incredible.
And even like going back to the palmate, there's one called, and it's so iconic, the Bloodgood.
Oh, the Bloodgood, yes.
Have you seen that one?
I have. I've seen it. It's beautiful with those deep purple leaves.
It's like it's almost black in some lights.
Yeah, it's really something special.
And talk about a name.
Yeah.
It's a name.
Bloodgood, that sticks with you.
It's like out of like a gothic romance novel or something.
It does have a bit of drama to it.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Bloodgood. Oh my gosh. Okay, but then there's also, and this name, if we're going for names,
Okay.
Crimson Queen Cutleaf.
No, that one's a mouthful.
That's a mouthful, but can we just appreciate?
I know, right?
It just sounds so regal.
Oh, it does. It sounds very elegant, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Does it live up to the name?
Oh, 100%. And it's not just the name. When you see this tree, it is stunning. The leaves are so finely cut, and that red, it's like the most intense, vibrant red you've ever seen. It's truly a showstopper.
See, this is what I love about it. It's like they all have their own personality.
They really do.
They each have like a story. Like another one I saw was the Golden Full Moon Maple.
Okay. Golden full moon, I love
Isn't
it.
that beautiful?
That's incredible. It sounds like it's right out of a fairy tale.
It does. It sounds so ethereal.
It does, and very accurate, actually, because this variety is known for its rounded leaves, but they're this beautiful golden yellow color.
Okay, it's on my wish list. I'm putting it on there.
Put it on there, add it to the list.
But with all of this beauty, all of these majestic trees,
Right.
they have their challenges though, right?
Well,
Like this guide mentioned pests.
I mean, it's like anything else, right? They have their preferences.
Right.
A few things they don't like.
Of course, that's nature, right? And knowledge is power, right? So this guy did mention like aphids can be an issue.
Aphids, yeah, those are not fun.
No, those are not fun.
Yeah.
What's the best way to keep those away from my precious Japanese maple?
Well, the key is being proactive. So
Right.
checking it out, like looking at the leaves,
Okay.
especially the undersides of the leaves, because that's
Okay.
where they like to hang out.
Sneaky little, okay, so regular checkups,
Yes, exactly.
like going to the dentist,
Mm.
but for your tree.
I love it.
And then if I do see some,
Sometimes, honestly, like just a strong blast of water will do the trick
There
from
we
the
go.
hose. Yeah.
it-
Get them off there.
exactly,
Eh.
knock them off. If they're being stubborn though, insecticidal soap is a good option.
Okay.
But always, always, always make sure it's something specifically formulated for Japanese maples.
Okay. So don't just go grabbing any old thing.
No, because you can damage those beautiful leaves.
Gotcha.
You want to make sure it's something gentle.
Wait, picking out the right shampoo.
Exactly. Okay, so we've done spring, summer, a little bit of pest control.
Yeah.
What about winter?
Ah, yes.
Because I live in a place that actually gets like a real winter with the snow and everything.
Yes. Okay.
So should I be worried?
It's a really good question, and the guide does mention this because, especially in those colder climates, winter care is essential.
Go.
Think about it like this. You wouldn't go out in a blizzard without a coat, right?
Yeah, I'd be bundled,
Yes, exactly.
like head to toe, yeah.
And your Japanese maple, especially when it's younger, it needs a little bit of that too,
Okay.
So wrapping the trunk, this is a good tip, with burlap
Okay.
really helps because it's going to insulate it from those like crazy temperature swings.
So it's almost like we're tucking it in for a nap.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. And before that long winter's nap, though, you want to make sure it's well hydrated, right?
Yeah.
So a good deep watering.
Like packing a water bottle
Yes.
for the long journey.
Exactly. And don't forget that nice thick layer of mulch around the base.
Okay.
Give those roots some protection.
Okay, so we're really we're tucking it in, making it nice and comfy.
We are. We're giving it the royal treatment.
This was amazing. We went from the history of it
I know.
to picking the right spot, to the care, getting it through winter.
It's a whole journey.
I feel like I've earned an honorary degree in Japanese maples now.
You've done it. You've graduated.
I've graduated.
Yeah.
What for you stood out?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I think for me, what really resonated was that idea of, finding those cultivars that speak to you.
It's not just, a Japanese maple.
Right, right.
It's like, what speaks to your soul? What,
Yeah.
resonates with you?
Oh, 100%. And I will tell you, learning about the different kinds, that was a revelation for me.
Oh, I bet.
I had no idea.
The diversity is incredible.
It's like a whole world opened up. It's not just like, here's a Japanese maple.
Right.
It's an art.
It is.
Like you're creating art in your yard.
Yes, your own little personal art exhibit,
Yeah.
but with living, breathing trees.
That's a great way to put it. And it's peaceful, it's beautiful, it's tranquil, and it's, connecting with history
Yes.
and tradition and just like a whole art form.
It's all of that, and it's just the beginning.
Right.
There are so many out there
I know.
just waiting to be discovered. Okay, so I think we've given everybody a lot to think about today
I think so too.
and a lot to maybe add to their wish list.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. And to everybody listening, happy planting.
Happy planting.